Welcome to Heartful Hiking. My trail name is Mishap, if you can tell. There are stories with that, but today I'm going to talk about something else. What I wanted to talk to you about today was a long section hike that I'm going to be doing on the Colorado Trail in just a couple of weeks. I'm going to start at Copper Mountain Ski Resort and then hike segments 8 and 9 and 10 over to Twin Lakes, doing Mount Elbert along the way, hopefully, and then I'll take Collegiate West down to Monarch Pass and pick up Mount Huron on that stretch. This should be around 150 miles or so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to try to make some videos of that section of the trail. If there are things that you like or that would be helpful for you in planning your hike or just in making it enjoyable to watch, please put those kind of things in the comments and I will try to incorporate that into what I do this time around. Alright, going on a long section hike, we're going to take backpacking gear, and that's what I want to talk to you about next. Give you an idea about what I'm going to take, why I'm going to take it, and a little information about the gear. So starting with backpack. It's Mount Laurel Designs Profit Backpack. It's 17 ounces, I think, was the starting weight. And it's made out of Dyneema material, so it's waterproof. And I've hiked in it all day in the rain, nothing got in. Really nice that way. It has this mesh back liner, and it's got a strap here that you can tighten it up, or if you want. It's got a water container on each side, where you can put other stuff in there. It's pretty simple. It's just one big compartment, and then on the front, I added these chest straps, and for this year, I'm adding one belt pouch. The idea with these is you can put your phone in there, you can put sunscreen and stuff you want to just get to, food, so it just makes things a little handier. The top part, you just roll down a couple of times and that seals it from the rain getting in, so you don't need one of those rain covers. So with the extra pouches, it comes in about 1.25 pounds. For my tent, I will use the Z-Packs Duplex tent. I've used this on a lot of my hikes. If you've seen the other videos, it goes everywhere. I love it. It's spacious. It's only, I think it's about 1.5 pounds with the spikes and all that kind of stuff in there. So definitely worth it. I love that tent. For sleeping bag, I have switched to Enigma quilt. It's down. It weighs about 1.25 pounds, maybe 1.5 pounds with the containing bag and the straps to keep it on the air mattress. It puffs up really big. It's really warm. It's a 20-degree bag. Really like this one. And for sleeping pad, I switched to the women's Thermarest Neo Air. The reasons for it is it's a little closer to my size. It's 5.5 feet. I'm 5'8", and I either like to have my feet off the mat or I sleep curled, so it's perfect size. The longer 6-foot version kind of bounces into the edge of the tent, and so size-wise it makes it a little better for me, and then it's a little warmer, so at higher altitude I thought that might be a good thing. And the biggest factor was the hole that the air goes in and out of is larger, so it inflates and deflates especially a lot easier. So that will hopefully make my morning routine a lot happier. So that's the big four. You put them together, it's about 5 pounds. The air pad's about 12-ish. Okay, next is electronics. So on the Colorado Trail, there's a lot of sunshine, a lot of exposure to it. So for battery power, I really like to take a solar panel. I use the Anchor one. It's the one with the 2 panels, so it's only about 12 ounces altogether. You can charge 2 items at the same time. You can stuff one in the pouch, or you can have a cord come over to your chest pouch and do your phone. I just like having unlimited battery power. And then this is a Nightcore 10,000 milliamp battery. It only weighs 5.2 ounces. It's smaller than the cell phone, and so it's compact. I like it. It's fast charging. Got the Gopro, and you've probably seen these. This is the Hero Black 7, and I take one extra battery plus the one that's in there. They charge up fast. This is a little lanyard for the GoPro. I really like it a lot. It fits on the Prophet backpack. It's got a little strap on the chest mount, so you can put it right here and do the moving videos when your hands are free. And then with this strap, you can attach it to all kinds of things. So I'm able to get different angles and stuff for videos. So I like that. And then this year, I finally got a wind slayer. It goes over that whole contraption and hopefully block out the wind noise. So we'll see how it goes this year. For safety, spot device. So if I need to, I can GPS SOS out of there. And then each night you can send a "I'm okay" message to your family. It's about 4 ounces. The GoPro is about 4-5 ounces with the extra battery. The lanyard's probably 1 more ounce. So very lightweight stuff. For headlamps, I have a Nightcore Headlamp. It's 2 ounces with this strap. It's really comfortable. It's really bright. It's got a lot of different settings. Highly recommend it. So, if it gets lost or damaged or whatever, I have this backup one. I got this one from Z-Packs. It's 1 ounce with the strap. Do you take a backup or do you not take a backup? It's not that bright, but it does work. And then cords. I have, this one works for the phone and the GoPro. It's longer, so it can go from the solar panel to the chest. This one's really short, so if I'm charging it inside the solar panel, it just fits there really nicely. And then, because some of the items like the headlamp and my earbuds use the other kind of cord, you gotta have 2 little guys to charge them. Earbuds, do you take them or not? I've decided that the ones with cords I don't use because they drive me nuts, they get in the way. Cordless earbuds. Do you use them or not use them? They weigh, I think, about 1.5 ounces, maybe 2 with that case. I'll get a chance to resupply once and charge, so this 1/2 ounce wall charger. I put all the mission critical electronics in this waterproof bag. It's blue, so it's different than the other bags, so it's always mindful of it, especially if you have your car key in there. So that's electronics. It'll weigh about 2 pounds. I take the phone, which would be another 1/2 pound. I put that in my thigh pocket for my hiking tights. So that keeps the weight of the electronics down to 2 pounds. Clothing. I will be over 10,000 foot for most of it. It's going to be potentially hot and sunny during the day. It could be really cold at night. So got a plan for all of that. I guess the warm layer for me will be the Enlightened equipment Torrid jacket. It's 5.5 ounces. It has a hood and it has 2 hand pockets, 1 on each side. And I've got a beanie hat. This is about a 1 ouncer from Z-Packs. It protects the forehead. Then these are possum little gloves I got from Z-Packs. I really like them. They are really lightweight, 1.5 ounces for the 2, and they are quick dry. Hi Toby, you might see my puppy down here. For kind of the mid layer, I've got an Appalachian Trail, your Alpaca Hoodie, no pockets, but it has a hood. It's a nice item because it is warm in the cold and during the heat. It breathes well, so you don't have to take it on and off as much as you would a regular hoodie. For nighttime, if it's getting colder and or just to protect the sleeping bag, I've got a 150 weight Smart Wool base layer. For that, that's about 11 ounces together. The hoodie was about 10-11 ounces as well. Then I'll carry an extra pair of these Danish wool socks. I really like them. They're extra padded on the bottom and the heel, and then they're lighter on top, so they breathe well. And so that'll be in the pack as a backup. I'll probably wear another pair as I'm hiking. Sock liner. Do you take them or not? It's 1.5 ounces for these. The idea is that a second layer helps you get less blisters. They're really thin, so it's not like wearing a second full sock. Do you use these or do you not use these? Let me know in the chat. And then underwear. I carry an extra pair of these from Walmart. They're 2.5 ounces, so you don't even know them. They're in your pack. And then these running shorts are for Kalinji. They've got a little liner in them. I like them for if you're going to go swimming in the rivers or the lakes or whatever. They're really quick dry, and the other things that I hike in aren't as dry, fast drying. So it just is nice that way. 2.5 ounces is not that much. For wind and rain, start with the wind gear. This is a little wind breaker from Z-Packs. For mine is just slightly under 2 ounces. It's got a hood, no pockets, but it's really nice. It breaks the wind, so it keeps the wind chill down. If it's a little cool in the morning or in the evening, it traps a little bit of heat, so it's just nice. The other thing I really like about it is for bugs. Bugs don't bite through it. Spray it with the Prometheum spray from Sawyer, and combine it with these wind pants from Enlightened equipment. Same deal, about 1 ounce for these. Spray it with Prometheum. You'll walk right through bugs, man. They just take off. So I really like that. It's worth it to me. Then for rain, I've got Enlightened equipment of this for the rain jacket. Has no pockets, but has a hood, adjustable, pull around here. And it feels really good on the skin. Like a lot of rain jackets feel cold or clammy. I just like how it feels. It breathes really well, especially out west where it's drier. Never had any issues for quite a long time, except for last fall, northern Wisconsin. It was cold and humid and rainy all day, and it finally soaked through. But I think what I needed to do was wash it and then respray the DWR, because I've had it for quite a while now. And as of last week, it was beating up quite well in Wisconsin downpour. Similar story with the Z-Packs rain pants. They weigh only about 2.5, 3 ounces for me. So also breathe really well, really like them. Have these rain mitts. Same material as the Visp jacket. And the purpose is to keep the cold water off your hands and keep them getting soaked while you're hiking. It's cold and windy, they help that way too. And then lastly, waterproof socks. These are by the Deck Shell. They've worked well for me. They're 2.5 ounces. I like them in the morning if the ground is damp and wet, or if it's raining, I'll wear them. My feet tend to blister easy, so keeping them dry is important. Waterproof socks. Yeah, you might not need them in Colorado, but you might. Do you take them or not? Obviously, I'll be wearing something hiking. I haven't quite nailed it down exactly what I'm going to wear, but a few things I'm going to try this year is sun gloves, because protect your hands from getting burned. So do you use sun gloves? I'd love to know that. And then this is just like a little bandana, headband type thing that you can put around your head. You can put it up around your face if it's windy. And this cap keeps the sun off of your face a little bit. These I'll be wearing, so they don't really go into the pack. That clothing I just shared with you is about 3.5 pounds, maybe a little bit less. And then I put them in one of these Dyneema bags. It's waterproof, so it's a double protection with my backpack. And then I have a second one of these for the sleeping bag. Actually goes in this too to protect it. And then the clothing is kind of divided. The warm stuff goes in the pack, and the wind and rain gear I'll probably put in this one in the outside pouch of the pack, just so it's handy. The next thing I want to talk about is food and water. I generally take an Ursack. This one you can tell has been used. They're about 9 ounces. They're bear proof, so you don't have to worry about bears getting in. They can smash it, but if you have food like I take, it doesn't matter. It might actually help. So Ursack, really easy to set up at the end of the day. If you forget stuff, you got to get back into it. It takes seconds to get in and out of it, so it's really nice. I do use these odor-proof sacks inside. That keeps critters from smelling it, and the rodents especially, you don't want smelling it because they can kind of chew through it, I've heard. So those are nice. Those bags are, maybe 1.5 ounces, something like that. Then for water, I have the Sawyer Mini and the little pumping bag, which can double as an extra water container if you need. It's about 2-ish ounces for this, probably another ounce for that. It's important to filter water out in the outdoors. The question is, do you take a second filter as a backup, because sometimes problems happen with them, or do you take a life straw because they're fast and easy right out of the stream? So what do you say in the comments? Tell me, do you use a second filter? Do you use a life straw as an alternative? Or some kind of tablets or chemical treatment as a backup, or maybe you don't use a backup. Spoon, this thing weighs almost nothing. It's bendable, and use it for eating. It's in handy if you're eating out of those pouches. And then for cooking, this is a little bag, and inside of it I have this Brs Cooking Stove. It's really small. It weighs 1 ounce if you include the stuff sack. You can't beat it for size and weight. This little hot pad is really nice for handling things when they're hot. It only weighs 1/2 ounce. My oldest son made it for me when he was a little guy. Really like it. A mini Bic Lighter, 1/2 ounce again, for lighting the stove. Because that BRS one doesn't have the clicker to start. You have to have a lighter. My other backup water plan is these Aqua tabs. They don't really make the water taste bad. They take like a half hour to work. They weigh nothing. All of these together doesn't even scratch 1 ounce. We've got Jetboil Fuel, about 6-7 ounces when it's full. And then this is a super lightweight cup. It can boil 2 cups of water. It weighs 1.8 ounces, so it's really sweet that way. So that's what I use for food. I tend to only cook at dinner time, and it's just a little water for the potatoes and some tea or to boil up some greens. I don't use a lot of cooking water. The last thing I wanted to mention is food and water. For this hike, I'll probably carry a full liter of water for the most part between the watering locations on the trail. And I'll take a second bottle in case there's a dry stretch or the bottle has an issue. It's always good to have water. Those smart water bottles, I think they weigh around 1 ounce, 1.25 ounces, something like that. And then what else? I take a little Gatorade powder. It's helpful to have that on those hot days to replenish electrolytes quickly. And then in terms of food, I'll carry around 13 ounces, maybe 14 ounces a day for food. I tend to eat pretty simply on the trail, and I get calorie-dense food, so it takes up less space, and you get more calories per ounce of carrying stuff. So I'll take pecans, pepita seeds, some Virginia peanuts, and 4 ounces of that a day is like 800 calories, and quite a bit of protein and fiber. Take a half a bag of those Idaho potatoes, and I'll mix it with 2 ounces of either pepperoni or pre-cooked bacon. And believe it or not, they have Parmesan cheese chip type things, and they're like 150 calories an ounce, and they've got 10 proteins for 1 ounce, so I'll take those, add them to my potato stew for a little flavor, and get a lot of protein there at the end of the day, like 30 or plus. And I like the, what's the name of them? I get them at a festival. They're a power bar. They're crunchy. They're really small, but they have more calories per ounce than most of those energy bars, and 14 proteins for 1.4 ounces. So I'll take one of those each day. And then I've got this dark chocolate. It's 190 calories an ounce. So when can you eat that kind of chocolate, right? So I'll take that. It also has fiber and protein, believe it or not. So these are all the kinds of foods that I'll take. And I'll probably take a packet, one of those little ones with the salmon in it. I love salmon, and it's really good for you. It's not good with the calories, but it has a lot of protein, and it's something solid. It smells and looks like real food. So my food plan isn't very exciting, but it comes in around 2,200 calories a day for 13, maybe 14 ounces. So hike in about a week, and you eat really well at your one layover stop, and you continue on for another 8 days or so, and then you eat well again. As I've mentioned, I like to forage, so I'll supplement that food with plants that I'll find along the way, make a tea each night. And that's the other thing that's nice about the food plan. There's not a lot of sugar, a lot of really strong flavors like that, so it blends really well with the wild food too. So to wrap up this little video today, thank you for watching. Again, if you have suggestions for me about what makes a video meaningful and helpful to you, please put those in the comments. I'll try to use that. I'll get back probably mid-August, probably sometime mid-September-ish. Hopefully I'll start putting out the videos for this particular hike. And in the meantime, there's quite a few videos on the channel. If you like the Appalachian Trail, I've got a 15-day series on that I'd encourage you to watch. If you like Toby, my dog, I don't know, Toby, are you around? He's got a series of backpacking videos that we did on the North Country Trail, a really pretty section in North Wisconsin. Well, hello, Toby. How are you, buddy? What do you think about all this? What? He says he wants you to watch the Toby videos, so check out the channel. There's the Toby Time playlist. He says those are the best ones. And there's other Colorado Trail videos already on the channel, and a few other ones that you might enjoy. So subscribe, Heartful Hiking, and thank you again for watching.